In a previous tutorial, we saw how we can export our line work and our design to AutoCAD. And we did it from this button here where we sent it as a DWG or a DXF file. This workflow has now been significantly improved where you can directly bring the line work into your CAD file. You can then move your nodes and have InterHyd update the design from AutoCAD. To make this work, you're going to click on the Set Up AutoCAD Sync button. Up here, it's going to explain what it does, the sync method, and how to set it up. So if we look at the top section, what we're fundamentally doing is we are making accessible from within AutoCAD these two commands. First one is called IHFrom, and basically what it's doing is it's bringing in your design from InterHyd into AutoCAD. Once it's in AutoCAD, you can then move nodes into new locations, and you can use the IH2 command, which means we're sending our changes to InterHyd, and InterHyd will then update the design and refresh your AutoCAD. Under sync method, there's two ways we can do this. We can either do the basic line work or the pipe networks. We're going to be covering pipe networks in another tutorial. The default is line work, and it is the out-of-the-box option that requires no additional setup. You can immediately start syncing between AutoCAD and InterHyd. And then down here, there are detailed instructions on how to set it up, but I'll walk you through this. First, you want to press the Copy App File Path button, and then we are going to go into our AutoCAD, and we're going to type in app load. Now in here, we're going to go to the bottom right corner where it says Startup Suite. We're going to click on Contents. We're going to click the Add button, and we're going to paste in, using Control V, the what we just copied, and click Open. And you'll see this is going to load in a new file called InterHyd to CAD Sync Commands. Once that's in, you can simply click Close, Close, and you will need to restart your AutoCAD. Now that AutoCAD is restarted, if you type in IHFrom, and you'll see it's going to pop up there, when you enter that, it is going to instantly load in your design from InterHyd. This is actually coming directly into the drawing, so you can click on these components, and you can move the nodes into a new position. Now that you've done that, you can do the other command, IH2, and you see what it's doing is it's going to tell InterHyd that you have moved the location, and InterHyd is going to update the design based on that, and it's going to refresh AutoCAD. You can see if I were to move any of these connections along and send that back to InterHyd, it's updating this in real time. The one thing to keep in mind though is that either you're making changes at InterHyd and loading them into AutoCAD, or you're making changes from AutoCAD and sending them back to InterHyd. You don't want to make changes in both programs at the same time, because when you sync them, it will override the changes from one program or the other. But in both cases, you still maintain the undo, redo functionality. So in InterHyd, if I click undo, you'll see it's going to reset all of the changes that I made in AutoCAD. And then in AutoCAD, I can just do the IHFrom command again and have those changes re-updated in my AutoCAD.